How to limit screen time without tantrums. Hi parents, I'm Jenny Lee, a pediatrician and specialist in kids and teen psychology. Welcome to the Parenting Compass, your trusted source for parenting advice that helps your family thrive. Today, we're addressing one of the biggest challenges of modern parenting, limiting screen time without triggering tantrums. Screens are everywhere, and while they are a part of life, too much screen time can be harmful to our kids. The good news? With the right strategies, you can set limits that work. Let's dive into the facts, statistics, and actionable tips to help you take control of screen time. First, let's start with the reality of screen time in today's world. According to Common Sense Media, children aged 8 to 12 spend an average of 4 to 6 hours a day on screens. For teenagers, it can go up to a staggering 9 hours daily. That's almost half of their waking hours spent on TVs, tablets, phones, or computers. Why is this a problem? Research consistently shows that excessive screen time can negatively impact children in several ways. First, it affects sleep. Blue light from screens disrupts melatonin production, making it harder for kids to fall and stay asleep. Poor sleep affects their mood, attention, and academic performance. Second, there are behavioral concerns. The journal Pediatrics highlights that children who exceed recommended screen time are more likely to show signs of hyperactivity, aggression, and emotional instability. Excessive screen time is also linked to reduced academic performance. For example, kids who use screens for more than 2 hours a day for recreation often score lower on language and cognitive tests. Lastly, there are physical health risks. Too much screen time contributes to sedentary behavior, increasing the risk of childhood obesity and related health problems. The American Academy of Pediatrics recommends no more than 1 hour of screen time per day for kids aged 2 to 5. For children aged 6 and older, they recommend consistent limits to ensure screens don't interfere with sleep, physical activity, or other healthy habits. Now, why do kids resist when we set screen time limits? Understanding this can help us address their reactions better. Screens, especially games, social media, and videos, are designed to be addictive. They activate the brain's reward system by releasing dopamine, the chemical that makes us feel good. This creates a cycle of craving and gratification. Younger children, whose brains are still developing, find it even harder to regulate their screen use. On top of that, screens provide instant gratification. Whether it's winning a game or watching funny videos, the rewards are immediate. This can make real-life activities like homework, chores, or even outdoor play seem less exciting. So when we impose limits, kids may feel like they're losing access to something that brings them joy and comfort. Now that we understand the problem, let's look at solutions. Here's how to create screen time rules that work. First, set clear and consistent rules. Kids thrive on structure. Define specific rules, like no screens during meals or screens off by 7 p.m. Write these rules down and place them where everyone can see them, like on the fridge or a family bulletin board. Consistency is key. If you let the rules slide even occasionally, kids will test boundaries more often. Stick to your guidelines, even when it's inconvenient. Second, explain the reasons behind the rules. Kids are more likely to accept limits when they understand the benefits. Instead of simply saying, "No more screens," try explaining. Too much screen time can make it harder for your brain to rest and recharge. Or say, "Limiting screens means we have more time for fun things, like playing together or going outside." A calm explanation turns the rule into a shared family value rather than a punishment. Technology can also be your ally in managing screen time. Use timers to signal when screen time is over. This shifts the responsibility to the timer instead of you constantly reminding them. Parental control apps like Google Family Link or Apple Screen Time let you set daily limits and block apps when time is up. According to a study published in JAMA Pediatrics, families using these tools reported a 25% decrease in arguments about screens. You can also create device-free zones in your home, such as bedrooms or the dining table. These spaces can reinforce the idea that not every moment needs a screen. Another effective strategy is offering fun alternatives to screens. Kids often resist limits because they don't know what else to do. Studies show that children with access to structured activities are 40% less likely to exceed screen time recommendations. Some great alternatives include physical activities like soccer, biking, or a simple walk. Creative projects like arts and crafts or Lego building are also fantastic. And of course, there's family bonding times, such as reading a storybook together, playing board games, or cooking a meal. Finally, let's talk about staying calm and leading by example. If we're glued to our phones or TVs, it's hard to convince our kids to unplug. Research from the Pew Research Center shows that 60% of parents feel they spend too much time on their own devices, and kids notice this. Make screen-free time a family affair. Set aside specific hours when everyone unplugs, like during meals or before bedtime. Use this time to connect as a family and model the behavior you want to see in your children. When kids push back, stay calm. Validate their feelings by saying something like, "I know it's hard to stop, but let's find something else fun to do." Or, "It's okay to feel upset, but these rules help us stay healthy and happy." Patience and empathy go a long way in reducing resistance and building trust. So there you have it, practical, research-backed strategies to limit screen time without the tantrums. Start small, be consistent, and remember to lead by example. If you found these tips helpful, please like, subscribe, and share this video with other parents who might need support. Together, we can create healthier, happier families. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you next time on The Parenting Compass, where we help parents navigate the joys and challenges of raising kids in today's world.